Hi, I'm Amber, and this is my husband,
Siaka.
and we are Amber Buffali Consulting, where we're helping you to get access to everything that you need to buy property using home grants, down payment assistance, whatever tools you need in the U.S. and abroad in Thailand as well. So, today we wanted to go over a couple of topics to help you move along this process, including a couple of different programs that we found that we think would really help you out. Okay?
Yes.
So, one thing that we've noticed changes in the market that's happening right now, interest rates are dropping. So, the Fed has recently dropped rates. We're expecting huge drops in the mortgage rates as well. So, hi. Hello, Lion Queen. Welcome to the live. Good morning. Welcome to the
Good
live.
morning. Good morning. Wherever you are, good morning.
Good morning, Master Plan. Welcome to the live. Welcome. I'm Amber, and this is my husband, Siaka, and we are talking about home grants. So,
Yes.
so interest rate drops, right?
Yes. So interest rates dropped by 0.25%.
Mm-hmm.
And that was recently, I believe, last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to translate to the mortgage side as well.
Yeah.
Currently right now, mortgage departments are finalizing deals how to move forward with the recent rates cuts, right? So everybody's excited about this because, as we all know, interest rate was what 7%. Now it's
It
at
was kissing 8%,
eight
and
percent.
now it's
Yes,
going down to the low sixes. They're expecting interest rates to hit the threes this winter, like this fall winter time. So we've been saying this to all of our clients, and we want to say this to you as well. When interest rates hit the 3%, it's going to be too late for you to just start getting ready, getting prepared to buy your house. The time to start getting prepared is right now. Because
yes,
this is what's going to happen. Interest rates are going to drop super low, and then people are going to flood the market. So the cost saving that you would have from having lower interest rates, it actually becomes null and void because now you have people bidding against you, building the price of the property up and up and up, and it's like, okay, I should have prepared well in advance.
right, yes.
And that's
Hmm.
why I say when you're thinking about buying a house, you should start preparing 2 to 12 months beforehand.
Hmm.
And that's why we're opening up our coaching program again, okay? So if you're interested in having us find grants and down payment assistance programs for you, if you're interested in us pairing you with localized realtors as well as having us as your consultants throughout the home buying process, then go ahead, send us a comment or send us a DM and say coaching, and we'll give you the information about the coaching. So, another thing that we've seen recently is people are taking advantage of the DSCR loans.
Hmm.
So, these are for people who don't have active pay stubs or don't have a job right now. Let's say you'd like to get access to a rental property and you want to use the rental payments that you'd be receiving
Hmm.
to pretty much cover that mortgage information that you need.
Right, yes. And for those who don't know what DCR means, it means debt service coverage ratio loans. Okay. Now this loan is mostly used for used by investors. However, a lot of homeowners are utilizing this as well. So, like Amber mentioned, with DSCR loans, it's income is not really a requirement, right? They're not looking at income; they're looking at the property per se. Does the rental payments cover the debt? If that's a yes, then guess what? They're gonna provide that loan to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a lot of homeowners are doing that, especially let's say you're getting a duplex, right? You live in one unit, you rent out the other unit. The other unit's cover the debt, and guess what? Now you're living rent free. At some point, you might even have a few dollars in your pocket just for spending money, right? So DSCR loan is also a great option for homeowners as well as investors.
Now, here's the thing with DSCR loans. Usually, you're going to need to put 20 to 25% down on a
Yes.
property, okay? 20 to 25% down. When you use grants and down payment assistance programs, you're usually putting down between 3 to 3.5% down, okay? If you hear what I'm saying, you understand the difference between that, go ahead and hit that like button so I know that you're retaining the information. But with the DSCR loans, you don't need income statements, you don't need pay stubs. You don't need bank statements. The only thing that they're looking at to make sure that you qualify for the income portion is just the rent, the projected rent that you could receive from that property.
Now,
So go ahead.
now if you do have income, that's also a plus to it, right?
Of course.
That's like, okay, you have a buffer, you have a safety net, right? But like it's like we're saying, it's not a requirement. They're not looking at you as the borrower. Oh, do you have money? They don't care about you. They care about the property. Can the property produce, right? Can it provide and cover that debt? So if that's an option for you, let's say, hey, I don't have a job. I lost my job with X, Y, and Z. Guess what? There are other options investors themselves are looking at, right?
There are a lot of people like that. Let's say they recently got laid off, but they have savings from when they sold another property or a life insurance policy. We worked with a client recently. She received a life insurance policy from someone who recently died. And she was able to use that money to buy an investment property. We think that this 2025 time is a fantastic time to get into that investment property arena, especially if you're thinking about becoming an investor this year. I would highly suggest it. We purchased one of our first investment properties. We purchased a duplex back in 2019. And the market in 2019, it's starting to match this market here where we had higher interest rates and then it just dropped very quickly. And the way the market is moving, it's feeling the same way. And that's why I'm saying now is the time to start getting prepared, okay? Now, if you're on this live right now and you're like, hey, I want y'all to find the DSCR loan for me. I want you to find a good property that you can put an offer down. You want us to pretty much do this stuff for you. Think about booking a one-on-one call with us, okay? On the one-on-one call, we're going to find a grant for you. We're going to pair you with a program, and the goal is for you to get pre-approved with your grant, your DSCR loan, whichever home buyer program you're looking to get access to. We're going to go ahead and do that for you. So if you want that information, follow our page. Go send us a DM and say, hey, I want access to a one-on-one call.
Okay. And one thing I would say is that, especially with the DSCR loan, right? Let's say you are new to this, right? Having a consultant, somebody who's knowledgeable about it, or matter of fact, somebody who's already in the real estate field,
who's already done it,
right? It just kind of streamline the process for you, right? And especially if you're talking to lenders, because imagine talking to a professional and you know nothing, right? You come into a table, imagine going to a bank trying to apply for a loan and you know nothing about the loan or nothing at all. Do you think they're gonna take you seriously? The answer is no.
And in most cases, people actually do know quite a bit about it, but they know just enough to say things to let the lender know, okay, this person does not have enough information.
Right.
You have to understand, this lender is going to be loaning you $300,000, $400,000, $6, $7, $8, $1 million. Some of you guys are looking at jumbo loans, $2 million and up, and with that, they want to know that you either have skin in the game, meaning you're putting down a huge amount of money, you either have tons of experience, which many of you are first-time home buyers, and let me know if you are a first-time home buyer or a multi-home buyer. So if you're first-time home buyer, put a 1 in the chat. If you've already purchased properties before, put a 2 in the chat, okay? Because if you're a first-time home buyer, I want to go over some first-time home buyer programs that you can use.
Yes.
And if you're a multi-home buyer, I want to go over some programs that you can use for people who already own a property. But they either want to see that you're putting skin in the game, which is cash money, right? You either have tons of experience, years and years of buying real estate, or you're just so knowledgeable about the process, meaning you're either a realtor like us, you're either a consultant, or you've worked with people in the industry. If you don't have those three put together, it's going to be very hard to have conversations. And so that's why it's so important and key to have a consultant like us to prepare you with the terminology, with the lingo, and let you know this is the program you're going after, this is the information that you're saying to the lender, this is what you're looking to receive from the lender, and this is the time frame that we're looking to have it in.
And one of the things, I mean to cut you off, one of the things I'll say is that will catch a lot of lenders off guard if you come in with the ratio they're looking for, right? So if you do the math, because with DSR, there's a ratio, there's a math to what they qualify you for, right? Or what they see as approval. Okay. If you come to them and say I have this property and I already done the math and yes the numbers, guess what? They're already taking you seriously. Okay, and that's one of the things that we want to touch base on that as well, how to do the calculations, right? So that you don't waste your time, also you don't waste the lender time. It's like a fast, seamless process, right? So there's a lot of things to it, but DSCR loan is a good option for anybody. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't need income. Like I said, you don't need income. All you gotta do is find the property, right, and make sure the numbers make sense. Not just because, it's not just for the property, also for you as well, right? Because you don't want to have a turnover, or a property that go downside, right? So you want to make sure your numbers right. So, and by you doing that, the lender will take you very seriously on that. Apart from that, what else you want to tap into?
Um, that's pretty much
For
it.
DSCR loan?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it for that. So states that we've recently seen increase their NOFAs, which is the Notice of Funding Available.
Mm.
So here's how it works, right? The government will issue out millions of dollars, billions of dollars in some cases, like in California, where they say this funding is going to be available to this state, and then they'll have designated areas that the funding is used for. So let's say funding could be used for rental programs like Section 8, or funding can be used for home buyers, first time home buyers. Funding can be used for home repairs, okay? And so they'll designate that funding out for the quarter.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is the funding is issued out for the quarter, and people start applying, and they start eating up the funding, and then it just runs out.
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. And so that's why we tell people all the time, when you're looking to get access to grants or down payment assistance, time is of the essence. You are competing with other people for the same amount of funding.
And mind you, it does not matter whether you're rich or poor, right? I'm being honest. I'm really being honest. People think that, I have to be poor to qualify for these loans, or right? The most people actually utilizing these loans are actually the rich people. I'll be honest with you. We have seen wealthy people applying for this loan and getting approved for it. I'm talking about they making millions of dollars, right? Matter of fact, recently, I don't know if you guys saw the news. Actually, I'm not going to say the senator or one of the government officials, right? But found out that he was living in one of the government assistance program housing, right? Living in a government assistance. Now this person making thousands of dollars, right? Probably even millionaire already, right? But he is also living in affordable housing. So just keep in mind that you do not have to be rich, right? Or you don't have to be poor. Just apply and see what you qualify for, okay?
Yeah. So there are programs that are available to many different income levels, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a prime example of that is our people who are working in the medical industry, or
Yes.
if you're a doctor, or we consider them to be
A lot of program out
heroes.
there for y'all.
There are so many different income levels. Doctors, they make $200,000 up to $500,000 in some cases, and they think that they won't be able to qualify for down payment assistance or closing cost help, and then they end up getting qualified for it very easily. So don't rule yourself out of the equation just because you make high income. If you make low income, still don't rule yourself out of the equation, okay? There are so many cases where people are able to get access to $15,000, $5,000 in assistance just from the local area that they choose to purchase their house in, okay? So,
I mean, another thing I want to tap into, a lot of people don't know about this, or maybe you do know about it, right? There are developers out here that are, receive grants by the governments, right, to build certain houses, and they have to sell at a certain price to low-income families, right? So, in those houses, they cannot sell it above a certain price. So let's say, for instance, you have certain areas that, okay, the house is going for, let's say, $500K, right? But for the developers, have to sell it at $200K, or
Yes.
or $258, right? So they have to cap at that price. So a lot of the time, people don't know about that. And if you feel like, I can buy this house, look for developers that are, are already funded by the government to build those houses, and go for the low-income houses.
yeah, if you'd like access to that, you can schedule a one-on-one with us.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like access to our database of grants and down payment assistance programs that are ready to fund right now, go ahead and comment list, and I'll send you that database. But yeah, so we're actually looking to develop a couple of low income housing
Low-income housing.
in the States, and there were some programs. They were like, okay, you two, as a couple, this is my husband, by the way, you can apply for this program. However, once you build your property, you cannot sell your property for X amount of dollars, and it's simply meant to offer inventory to the housing market that's
Yes.
at a price level for you guys. Now, the benefit for us is that they give us like a discount on the land. Like instead of us paying $100,000 on the land, we pay close to what, $15,000-$20,000, something
Pretty
like that.
much, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, huge
But
discount, yeah.
that difference is passed on to you as the buyer. So instead of you buying the house for $500,000, like he said, you're buying the property for $250,000.
So in long run, is everything there for your benefit, right?
Right.
I know there's a lot of stigma with, oh my God, you're using low housing income or X, Y, Z. Look, forget all that. Okay, we all trying to live, right? and for us, we trying to provide a service to help our people, help the community, right? So those are great programs for you to utilize. And if you want more information about that, of course, like my wife said, click on the list down. We'll provide more information to you all. Matter of fact, click the like button right now to kind of show me pay attention to us. Because there's a lot of valuable information that we're providing to you. A lot of people out here aren't providing this information to you at all. As a matter of fact, they might be charging thousands of dollars, right? So, but yeah, that's just one option.
Yeah, yeah. So, we'll give you guys a chance. Do you have any questions about home grants, DSCR loans, buying properties? Just give you a couple minutes to drop some questions in the comment section. If you have some questions, we'll go ahead and answer questions.
Yes.
Do you know what time we started the live?
Any questions?
We'll just give them a second. Do you know what time we started the live?
I think maybe 14 minutes right now.
14 minutes. Okay. Still wait.
So waiting for some questions. See, hello from Germany. Hey.
Hello from Germany.
Yes, hello.
People are funny for sure.
Yes. Yes, they are. Oh my God, yes. We love real estate. I know the market right now is so much going on in the real estate market, so much going on with the news, in the United States and different countries, right? Another thing I want to say is that I want to touch on people thinking that real estate is dead. Okay. Now let me be frank. Now everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay. Now mind you, this is my opinion. Okay. The way we analyze real estate is that we follow the people who actually making policies, right? Who are shaking and moving. Okay. And also looking at those who actually, changing the real estate laws and regulation. But let me just touch base on Bill Gates, right? What's going on with Bill Gates, right? You know what? I feel like they're not ready for that yet. I don't think they're ready for that information yet. You know what? We'll push up another topic. I don't think I'm ready for that information yet. But I'm just gonna say the real estate market is not dead at all. Okay.
No, if anything, people are preparing. Hello from Mexico. Hello. I've noticed a lot of our investors. We have clients that invest with us over and over and over again.
Buying like crazy.
They're selling their stock. They're selling their stock. People are looking to real estate as the asset class that is sound in the U.S. Because the 401k, it's been going up and it's been dropping. It's been going up. We saw that with COVID, where 401ks plummeted like crazy, and people who had $100,000 sitting in their 401k, they lost it like that.
Like quick.
Like that. But in the housing market, what is the real concern in the housing market, and what happened back in 2008? Because I feel like people are scared to get into the housing market because they think that the same thing that happened in 2008 is going to happen again. So let's look at it, okay? In 2008, we had tons of people who were not making income, who were getting approved for houses, $200,000, $400,000 houses. For example, there was a kid. He worked at a pizza shop as a college student, and they asked him, "Oh, do you have a managerial position?" This was the lender at the time. "Do you have a managerial position?" He said, "Oh, I close the shop at night with my keys." And they pre-approved him for a $250,000 house, and this kid is making $7 an hour. Okay? Things like this. That's why they called them subpar loans. These were loans that were given to people who should not have been qualified for the loans to begin with. So when people like that child started defaulting on their houses, defaulting on their loans, that's when we saw the domino effect across the US. Now, in order to get qualified for a house, you got to give them your pay stubs, your W
You
2s,
got to jump through hoops.
jump through
right?
hoops, basically give them your blood type. You have to give them so much information. It feels so intrusive. But the reason why they're doing it is they want to make sure that you can easily maintain the mortgage payment on the property.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
And on top of that, if you have concerns about, the mortgage and all that, there are programs out there for mortgage relief. There were tons of programs that we saw come out during COVID, COVID, during that time. Tons of programs were coming up. Hey, are you having issues paying your mortgage? Apply for this. Go for that. Again, if you want information to that, comment list, send us a DM list, and we'll send you that list.
Yes.
But yeah, so there are so many options out there for people. I just think that people, they just get afraid and then they just stall and they're like, okay, I don't wanna move, I don't wanna make an action.
Right.
And here's the problem with staying in this freeze position, right? Because while you're frozen in that position, the houses, I watched houses go from 120,000 to 275 to 350, 350 to
Fast.
430, 430 to 560, 560 hitting the 700s. And I'm talking about basic rancher houses. I'm not talking about the nice houses. I'm not talking about the 4 bedrooms with the 5 baths and 2 car garages. I'm talking about basically you just consider this a little rancher house with 2 bedrooms, and it's hitting the 700,000s. And so what I'm asking is, the time that we're sitting in the freeze, we can't get that time back, and we can't get the price point back. And so instead of waiting, right, if you're living in an apartment complex right now and you want to buy something and you're like, okay, the amount for a single family house is too much, purchase a condo.
Yeah.
Purchase a condo, because at least with that condo, you're going to be receiving equity increase in every single year. And so one day you'll be able to sell your condo and then move up to your next stage. And that's what a lot of people are doing, especially in areas like in California, Tennessee, Arizona, where house prices are extremely high. They're just doorstepping their way up, getting their foot in the door, owning something. Because people are like, oh, I don't want to buy a house. I'd rather rent because interest rates are too high. And yet, while you're renting, your interest rate is 100%. 100% of all of your money that you're paying to your landlord is 100% interest.
And guess what? Your landlord can kick you out. Right?
Right.
Let's say
Right. That's the biggest thing.
lease by the end, and guess what? You're already seeing this, seeing the rent increase, right? The reason I'm saying that, because we are landlords ourselves, right? We're not increasing our rent. However, there are other landlords out here increasing their rent, okay? Because they know people can afford homes right now. So what other option do you have, right? You can't buy.
And who remembers when rent used to be $500? You pay a good $500 for your rent.
And you couldn't
And
go.
now rents are nowhere close to that. They're
Nowhere
nowhere close to that. And so it's really a battle against time right now. But you know who loves passing time? Homeowners. Every single year I check my the score for the equity in my property, and every year it's going up.
Oh yes.
The inflation that renters feel is the opposite for homeowners. Homeowners are like, oh, inflation is going up, fantastic, because that means my home price is going up as well.
My home price is going up. I'm making profit. Just one of our property we purchased in what?
We purchased that house a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. It was a 2-bedroom property. We purchased a year and a half ago.
Yep. Converted into a 3-bedroom.
One of the bedrooms was very large, so we just put a wall in there.
Yes, and guess what? How much it costs to just put a wall in there? About what? $1,200, right? Put a wall,
$1,200.
put a door, right? Find a great contractor, came in there, and the property value right after that just skyrocketed. I turned
$100,000 increase. $100,000 increase just from that one decision to put the wall in.
And I'm gonna tell you this, if anybody telling you that real estate is not a game to freedom, or real estate you should not own property, I'm telling you, excuse my language, bullshit. Okay? Because guess what? They probably own more real estate than most people out here. Okay, people are out here owning real estate. Look at Trump himself. His family owns pretty much half of New York. Right? You know, Trump pretty much his family's own half of New York and centrally, right? He owns hotels, resorts, right? You have what's that guy keep telling people, oh, don't buy real estate, don't buy real estate.
Oh, Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone telling you don't buy real estate. And what is he doing? Buying real estate. Right? So y'all need to stop listening to people telling you not to do X, Y, and Z. Look at what they are doing.
And the question I always ask, right? Rich people always say, I rent where I live, right? But this is the question. Most millionaires that you know, do they not own any real estate whatsoever?
They own real estate.
And the answer is no. Most of them own real estate. They own properties that generate income for them. Yes, after they own X amount of properties, they might then go ahead and use that rental income to rent out a fantastic mansion or something like that. So yeah, they're renting out their primary residence because they're kind of that house is considered a liability for them. It's a consumption for them, right? But they have all these other properties that they're generating income with every single month, and these properties are paying for this rental space that they're living in and that they're enjoying.
Yeah, just like we did. I mean,
So-
yeah, our property we're paying for our California living, right? You know, matter of fact, where we are right now, our property is paying for us to live here, free of charge, right? So if you don't have that liberty or that freedom to, you know, own property, you won't have that freedom, all right? And the easy way to do that is, if you don't have the money, guess what? You have home grants that will, you know, pay a certain percentage. You may even get 0% down,
Yeah,
right? 0% down.
many of our clients use 0% down home buying programs
Yeah.
to buy their houses, and they pay nothing towards their down payment. Now, when we say that, you will have to bring some money to the table for your closing costs, for your inspection, and for your appraisal, okay?
Yes.
So we're not coming into this process saying that you should have absolutely nothing
Oh, no,
saved.
no, no.
We never suggest
No.
that when buying a house. You should always have something saved. But if the thing that's keeping you out of becoming a homeowner is that $50,000 cash to close that you think that you need to bring to the table,
Mhm.
that should not be a barrier of entry for you, because there are so many different options out there to help you supplement that.
And there are a lot of realtors who don't know this information. All right, I had a colleague who I was talking to, and he spent literally $50K for his house, and I asked him, "Where did you purchase your house?" And I looked through the grant list. I said, "Hey man, I just found $50,000 that was given for that area." He said, "What? My realtor didn't tell me about that." Most realtors don't want to go through the loops because guess what? It's a process to it, right? They don't want to go through. They want to fast track you, close, and make that sale and keep on pushing, right? Most lenders want to just close the sales and keep on pushing, right? But there are other realtors or lenders out here who know this information and say, "Hey, look, listen, we're gonna save you this money." Right, so you don't have to spend X, Y, and Z, because guess what? The more money you have in your bank account, right, and saved up, there's less chance you're going to default on the loan. Right, there's less chance you're going to default on the loan. If you have more money in your saving account, there's less chance you're going to default on the loan. So most lenders who are saying, "Hey, here's some home grants, here's X, Y, and Z," they try to not only protect the interest but also help you as well. Right, so it's a win-win situation. All right, so so there are grants out there for you. Just, no matter what your price range is, there are home grants out there for you to assist you in buying your home. And one thing Amber said that I really love about it is that you don't have to find that big house, that dream house. Oh, I need that 5-bedroom, I need that 10-bedroom, I need that X, Y, and Z. No, you can just find that house that makes sense to you.
And
right?
get your foot in the door.
Get your foot in the door.
Live in it for 2 years in a day.
Right.
Rent that property out. Collect passive income.
Yeah.
Buy your next house.
Or you can,
Do the same thing.
repeat.
Until you have enough properties to completely cover your mortgage for your house.
Yes.
And that's truly what real estate investors are doing. They are doorstepping their way into living a life completely off of passive income, and they don't work.
They don't work.
They don't work. They
Yeah.
live a very calm, very relaxed lifestyle
Mhm.
through the assets that they've built over time.
Yes. And I want to talk about this Rocket Mortgage. I'm sure you guys seen the news. I don't know if you guys follow the news at all or read news articles, right? Rocket Mortgage purchased Redfin, right? A mortgage company purchasing a listing platform. What does that mean to you, right? Real estate is not dead. They are preparing for what? Interest rates will drop significantly. Okay, they are preparing. Now, on the other hand, recently, Compass, right, is in the process of buying anywhere real anywhere what's it called? Anywhere real estate.
Yes.
Yes, Compass is looking to buy, right? So real estate is not dead at all. These big companies are preparing for a shift, right, and position themselves in a position where they can make the most money. A mortgage company buying a listing company, they pretty much controlling both sides of the spectrum. We'll give you the money, and we're gonna show you the property and sell it to you, right? So the real estate is not dead. It's all about the timing, all right? When to get in the market and when to exit out the market, right?
Yes.
And right now, our intuition is get into the market, because what happened is right now, right? If interest rates drop, guess what's gonna happen? Price is gonna go up. Right? So if you get in at the right time, let's say interest is right now at 6x, Y, and Z, and you wait a few more months and they drop again, guess what? You can always refinance, but you keep that same purchase price you did when you first got the property, right? Now you added the game of most people. You're ahead of the game of most people. So get in the right time. I'd rather get a high interest right now, wait 6 months or even a year and refinance after, and then I still get that lower interest rate. And then guess what? My property equity is off the roof. I'm making money on both sides.
So you can do that. Another option would be to start preparing now for interest rates to hit 3%.
Yes.
Now, by you preparing yourself right now, you're going to be ahead of most buyers in the market. This is what most buyers do. Most buyers wait until interest rates drop to 3%, right? And then a week goes by. Mind you, a week in real estate is basically a month. Time moves very quickly in real estate. But they'll wait a week to get into the market, and then they'll go shopping for houses for another week. They'll find a house that they love, and then they will go get pre-approved a week after that. That's 3 weeks that they just wasted, okay? That might as well be 3 months of buyers coming into the market, okay, that were more prepared than them, gobbling up those houses, competing against you and driving the price up. And this is the trap that you guys fall into every single year. And the reason why you're like, oh, interest rates are low, but the price is too high because the prices were bid up. This is what I suggest instead. Instead of waiting, start your process now. Look for your grants now. Your grants and your down payment assistance is the first part of the process. Start looking into your grant programs, okay? If you want that list, I'll send that to you. Then get pre-approved. Get pre-approved now. Your pre-approval letter should last you a good 90 days. It's going to be about 3 months, okay? When interest rates drop to that 3%, I know you're scrolling on Zillow right now. You know that you see the house that you love. Go ahead, put your offer on that property. Be the first offer on that property. Get the best terms for your house. Don't compete with anybody else for the price of your house, and go ahead and buy your property like this. Don't wait for bidding wars. Don't wait for other people to come in and outprice you, okay? Because remember, by using down payment assistance, closing cost assistance help, you're going to have some contingencies with your purchase that might make your offer a little less attractive than somebody that can go ahead and close in 14 days with an all-cash offer, okay? So timing is so important for you now that you're using down payment assistance and closing cost assistance for your property. Okay?
That was well said.
And if you like a step-by-step process, when you schedule your one-on-one with us, I'm going to find a program for you. I'm going to help build out your process. So basically, we'll talk to the lender, make sure that, I'm sorry, that's not with the one-on-one call. That's with the one-on-one consultation process that we have. So we have the one-on-one call. With the one-on-one call, it's going to be about an hour, hour and a half. We're going to go over a grant that's going to be perfect for your profile. We're going to review your financial profile to make sure that you are prepared for your application process. We're going to build out a home buying plan that's specifically tailored towards your needs. Now, if you decide to join Amber Buffali Consulting and receive our consulting package, which is for the whole year, go ahead, grab this. Once you decide to get that package, you're gonna have us for that time. So that's gonna be us finding grant programs for you. You might want to turn the what's it called on?
Yeah. Sorry.
So that's going to be finding home grant programs for you, as well as us talking to lenders on your behalf, making sure that you're getting pre-approved. You're going to have your pre-approval letter with your grants and DPA. Okay, so that's pretty much guaranteed in our consulting process.
Yes.
Okay?
And with our program as well, essay, a lot of the time we have clients coming in with credit issues, right? So we do assist in that as well.
Oh
And majority of
yes.
our clientels, you know, get the credit improve within the next month or within 2 months, right? That's how effective we are. Okay. So if you have a credit issue, hey, my credit score is 300, my credit score is 200. Guess what? We have a turnaround time getting that credit score to the 700 plus. Okay. So don't worry about the credit. We got you covered on that.
Definitely. So Siaka had a credit repair company, Rapid Growth,
Mm-hmm.
and he got so good at it that other lending companies they contracted him out to help build their credit for their applicants. Because you have to think about it, lenders, they're not able to follow through with their loans and get paid from their loans if their applicants can't qualify because of credit.
Yes.
So that's why they have Siaka come in so that they can assist their clients.
And I'm gonna give you an advice, okay? And this is the issue I'm giving a lot of our students that come into us saying, hey, I was working with a credit company, I didn't see any results, okay? Let me explain this to you very, very carefully. This is advice. Whoever you're working with, make sure that credit score is above 700. That personal credit score is above 700. Mine is above 800, okay? Because I speak I preach what I do, right? Make sure that credit score is above 700. Do not work with anybody who have a credit score less than 700. Why would I try to repair your credit? My credit score didn't be above that. Right? So be very mindful who you're working with, all right? Always ask for testimonials, right? Can I see something? But personally, forget a testimonial. I just want to see your credit scores,
Yeah.
right? I want to see your credit scores, because if it's not above X, Y, and Z, I should not be working with you, period, all right? Because I literally had a client came up to me, 2 years she'd been working with this company. I don't know why she didn't leave them in the first place. 2 years, nothing happened. Nothing at all. Worked with me within like less than a month. She went from 400 to 730, less than 30 days. Why? Because I know the laws, regulations that come along with that, right? And I've been doing this for a long time, and my credit score is it's in 800 plus because I know what I'm doing. All right, so you want to be very careful who you're working with, and we always want to make sure that you guys know how to do it yourselves. Not only are we going to help you do it, but we're also going to educate you. That way you retain the information for your generation, right? For your family, for your kids, right? We want you to share that information to your family as well. Okay, this is information that can be shared years and years and years on. We're not those companies where that you got to keep coming back to us, paying us. No, I just want to help you. You get the knowledge. You go your way, I go my way. We're both happy, right? That's what empathetic consultant will believe in education.
Yeah, and we believe in
Build your dream
building
life.
your dream life.
Build your dream life. Because I know when I was in college, I'm kidding not. I was in college. I tried to apply for my first credit card. I went to the bank, and she said you're not approved. You have at that time I think I had a 400 credit scores, or probably even less than that. To be honest with you, I had less than that. Actually, it wasn't even 400 credit scores. Probably like 200 or something. And matter of fact, yes, you can have a 0 credit score. I have seen 0. Okay, and she's like, oh yeah, we can help you. I said, okay, do you have any tips for me? She's like, no, I have nothing for you. Go fix your credit. I was like, wow, oh, no help at all, no nothing at all. Like I feel devastated, right? So at that point, I started learning at a younger age how to fix my credit. That's why I'm so good at it right now, because it took me years and time to learn this to fix my own credit, right? By the time I graduated college, I was already in 800. You know what I'm saying, right? So, and I don't want you guys to go through that same process. It's not like you cannot fix it. You can fix it. All right, so, and real estate is one of the biggest things when it comes down to credit, right? You need to have the right credit scores. For the home grants, you need 640 plus credit scores to get approved for home grants, as well as just have a better interest rates. The higher your credit scores, the better, the better payment, structure you get. Okay, so always look at it that way as well. Try to get above 700. Try to get above that 730, right? The higher you go, the better for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All
right. Well, but that's it for today. We will be hopping back on another day. To bring more information to you guys. Tomorrow. Okay, we'll be hopping on tomorrow, having more information for you guys, giving you guys tips, guidance, and hopefully we'll be able to work with you guys. Look, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. All right. I got colleagues out here buying real estate like crazy. investment. I mean, they're buying out the market, and it's sad to see that homeowners aren't taking advantage of what's happening. But until you realize it, you might not have the opportunity. So this is the time to do it right now. You got a lot of big companies plotting to buy out the real estate, the real estate industry. They are buying like crazy. I'm talking about. Look at you got Costco, right? A food a food industry. I mean, not food industry. Warehouse industry, whatever they're selling, right? Now tapping into the real estate market, right? Not into real estate at all now, but now they are tapping into the real estate market now. About to start building affordable housing and X, Y, and Z, right? So you see a lot of the big companies making moves into real estate. Why? Because homeowners, I mean, I'm sorry, not homeowners, home buyers aren't buying. So they say, okay, you guys not buying, we're going to tap into that and then rent it to you.
Right.
Rent it to you, and you be stuck in that rental for as long as they want you to be, right? And this is your chance to say, you know what, I don't want that. I want to own. I want to pass my homes to my kids. I want to pass my homes, I want to own something, right, in America, not just rent forever. We rented, we got out of that rat race, right? And now we're owners ourselves. So just want to tell you guys that look at what the big companies are doing, all right? Look at what they are doing, and then strategize against that, all right? But that's it. See you guys.